delighted to welcome our guest speaker, Abby, who will be talking about self-directed learning.
Hi. So my name is Abby, and as I was telling the kids, that's what all the students and adults at the school that I run call me. In 2006, Sir Ken Robinson gave what would go on to become one of the most viewed TED Talks of all time. It was called, Do Schools Kill Creativity? But he didn't really start talking about schools or creativity. He started talking about these questions that you're asking today. What now? And the implicit, what next? Then he goes on to talk about, it's education, he says, that's meant to take us into a future we can't grasp. And then he goes on to talk about schooling, as if schooling and education were the same thing. But here's the problem. They're not. When I talk about education, I'm talking about all the things you experience that shape your brain and your sense of who you are. Your education is filled with the experiences that teach you what your strengths are, what you care about, what are the decisions you want to make moving forward to shape the world. This is a very much broader definition than that of schooling, which is the 19th century institution, which was designed to help prepare young people like you for the factory jobs that were common then. We don't have that many factory jobs anymore. Our world is very different. When schooling was designed, people had steam engines and typewriters, and those things are pretty cool, but they're very different from the WhatsApp and the Minecraft mods and the Uber that we talk about today. So our education system is not based off what's next or even what's now. It's based off what was. And Sir Ken Robinson in his talk challenged us to stretch that definition and create a new kind of schooling that helps us live in this world and move into the future together. I haven't given a formal talk in a long time, and I'm a little nervous. I really appreciate that you guys all have big note cards, because I have tiny ones. Sir Ken Robinson asked us to have the courage to challenge our assumptions about what we're going to need for the future. He asked us to imagine a little bit, to be creative, to collaborate, to talk to each other and listen to different viewpoints and see what kind of interesting things we could come up with when we put our ideas about gender and robots and the internet all in the same room. For the past 4 years, I've worked at a school where the kids come in every day and I ask them, what next? What do you want to do today? And their answers are as different as they are. Sometimes they tell me Minecraft, sometimes they tell me opera, sometimes they want to go on field trips, and sometimes they want to wrestle. And it's all okay, because they're all learning. And this is a huge difference from the school that I went to growing up, and what most of us think of as schooling. In most of conventional schooling, we talk about whether the math test was hard, which definitions we'll need for history, what kind of essay we have due in English that day. Sorry. We don't know what's next. I thought this would be really easy and comfortable, and it's not. So if your brains are changing all the time based off what you experience, and I don't know what's coming, how can I tell you what you need to experience to prepare for the future? How can we tell you based off what we know? And it's a thing we really want to do. We really want to help you prepare for the future. But sometimes we have to get comfortable with our uncertainty and acknowledge that we're all playing a big improv game together. There isn't much improv in our schools these days. Test prep doesn't leave much time for it. So what I'd like to invite you to do is to use the power you have as kids and as families to stretch your definition of education so that it includes schooling, the content of it, and the structure of it. But also so that it incorporates the conversations you're having, how you engage with the world around you, how you filter what information you give weight over your decisions, what you let into your brain, and how you listen to each other and the choices you make based on what